The big highlight of my year up to now, right, is I've gone through quite, I would say an emotional, physical and spiritual change, right? The beginning January this year, right, I had the old, some of you look at it like, like haircuts. No, I don't want to, I need to just, well, let's do a straw poll, right? Let's all the infertile men in the room, give me a cheer. There's only, come on. It can't just be 4 of you. Come on. Come on. Even you. He what? Just what? Just age. All right, look at that. He just relied on age. So, I like it. So, well, this is more of a public health announcement then, in that case, because there's hardly any of you that have gone for it, right? If any of you are thinking of getting spayed, right, okay, I highly recommend it, right? It's because for me, it was weird. We've got 2 kids. And for me, I just decided, me and my wife, we decided that was enough. I mean, because, for instance, I didn't even know if I was gonna, I mean, it's great having kids, but it's proper tight. Like, I remember, years ago saying to my wife, I remember just telling her, I said, look, I don't actually think I'm ready to have kids. And she said, that's really inappropriate. I says, why? She says, well, your son stood there. And I was like, get back to bed, you, right? And so I feel like, I needed to do, so we've got 2, that's perfect. So we went for the vasectomy. And so to get it booked in, if any of you think about it, you've got to go see your GP and they refer you. So I went to see my GP. Now he's a young guy, he's in his 20s. And I came in and he said, how can I help you? I said, well, I want to book in for my vasectomy. He says, well, we can talk about it. Now that annoyed me. I didn't want to talk about it, right? I wanted him just to send me through, right? He said, and he goes, no, I've got to ask you a series of questions to make sure that you definitely want to do it. It's a big decision, right? So we'll go on then. He goes, question 1. Have you considered the scenario where your wife and your children die and you're left alone? It's like, well, yes, I have considered it, but I don't have the contacts. So we just put this in. He didn't even go to question 2. He just straight through. Now, if anyone works for the NHS, you'll know this for a fact. They don't do vasectomies anymore in hospitals, right? They're done on mobile clinics, right? On these lorries that they dot around the different places. Now, this is absolutely true. No, you won't believe me, but it is true. I promise you, hand on heart, right? I was neutered, right? I'm not sure what the word. I was spayed, right? In a lorry, right? In Bolton B&Q car park, right? I mean, some of you are thinking, oh, well, I've heard of do it yourself, right? But this was ridiculous, right? There was, I got told by the NHS, go, there was an NHS lorry, and then there's little steps going up, a little reception area, and just a little room with a surgery. And it's a bit weird on, B&Q car park. And you get to the reception, and there's a bloke there in orange overalls, and it's just like, it's a bit freaky, right? Orange bucket where they leave them. And and you just straight through. Now, they do apparently do 4 of these an hour, so they just whip through it, no problem. It's dead. It's a very minor operation, so they just send you through, right? And I went through, and there was the surgeon, and there was 2 nurses, and then they were just like, okay, hello, Mr. Vina, right, we'll get straight on with it. Could you just take down your trousers and hop up onto the bench, right? And I was like, okay, right, and they just stood there, right? I was like, okay, you might, and they were, okay, right. So they went and stood behind this curtain, right? And I was like, okay, right, here we go, right. And I was like, okay, here we go. I didn't want to look too keen, kick it off onto a hat stand or anything like that, But I was like, okay, right, okay. And then I got up onto the bench like this, and then they just stayed behind the curtain, right? I didn't know how to, I didn't want to go, cooey. I mean, ready, right? So it took a little while, and then these 2 nurses came out, and to that, it's nothing to them. They're medically trained. They do 4 of them an hour. It's nothing. They're just chatting away, talking about what's on TV. Oh, that's right. And, oh, yeah. Oh, it's cold in here, isn't it? And, right. And so I'm there, exposed, right? Just like feeling, and then bless him, right? The nurse comes over and she gets a sheet and she puts it over me. I think, thank goodness for that, because I was like, for modesty purposes, thank you. And then I looked down, there was a massive hole in the middle like that, which I felt accentuated the issue somewhat. And so, but it's dead quick, right? For those guys who've been through it, honestly, it's so quick. They just get the knife and then pull out the tubes and then tie it and then the freaky bit. Now, the freaky bit is that they cauterize the wound. They get this hot brand and they... It'll put you off barbecues for life. Trust me, right? It's like, shh, and you can smell your own testicles burning, right? Genuinely, right? It's a weird sensation because you're simultaneously horrified and hungry. It's weird, right? and that's it. You're done, right? You're off. There's no ceremony. There's no red carpet. You're just out. Boom. They kick you out of the back there. And you're not allowed to drive as well. So I had to get the bus home, right? It's just sat there like that, right? On the bus, and you've got to take a spare pair of pants, right? And I was just there, sat there after this major operation, looking at, ironically, in a bag for life, right? I didn't know how to process it, and it was horrible. And then there was just no, and I'd gone through this whole. And I got home, and my wife wasn't home. Nobody was home. I just got home, opened the door. There's nothing. Just the dog sat there going, now you know how I feel, right?